I had pretty fond memories of Baltimore sports, and as a kid, I wasn't a big football fan. I wasn't a big football fan.
And we didn't have Ravens until, you know, we were a little bit older.
But I remember watching. I went to school with Cal Ripken's daughter, so I was a baseball fan. I was an Orioles fan.
Oh, the guy with all the milk posters.
The milk guy. They called him the milkman.
And he was like, when we were growing up, he was the king of Baltimore. I mean, he represented everything.
He was the Iron Man.
I have a cool Cal Ripken story too, but if you're not finished, I'll wait.
No, please.
So I went to school with
Please blow.
the first base coach for the Baltimore Orioles' son. So Al Bunbury also played on the Orioles. And I would go over to his son Steve's house a lot. And there was one morning where I slept over and Al was going to play basketball and he asked me and Steve if we could come. We were like, yeah, and it ended up being at Cal Ripken's house, which was, as you can imagine, especially me, it was probably, I don't know, like 7th grade maybe, 6th, 7th grade. Maybe even younger actually. And
I'm like, hey, Mr. Cal.
yeah, I was so excited. And it was like cool. It was like Brady Anderson, Cal Ripken, like all of these great Orioles players back in the day. Yeah. We didn't get to play basketball, but we like worked out in his gym. We didn't really work out. We just stayed there in his gym and watched the old guys play basketball. But it was such a cool thing to be like, you know, that was your hero growing up. It was awesome. Thanks, Cal.
Cal Ripken Jr. Okay.
When I was a kid growing up, my dad was a big Baltimore Colts fan, and when the Ravens came to town, 96, 97, he took me to preseason with my sister, and we got to watch the games, and then we got to meet all the players and eat dinner with them. So I got to meet Ray Lewis when I was like 8 or 9,
So cool.
and then we all went to a practice the year they won the Super Bowl, and I got to meet him in his last year. So I got to like, it's kind of.
That's awesome.
I like to think that us meeting the Ravens kind of gave them the hope that they needed to go all the way.
Well, there's no thought. I mean, there's no.
Doesn't work.
The one year we saw them in the Super Bowl, so
it just makes sense. It adds up.
But it's crazy because, you know, like we've always been super fans of the Ravens, and we got to go to the practice, and now, you know, because of that, we got to meet like Justin Tucker and become good friends with a couple of those guys. And
yeah, there's a funny dynamic that we always talk about with athletes is that like I feel like athletes always want to be musicians and musicians always want to be professional athletes. So there's like
Justin
a weird
loves like recording music and stuff.
Until they see the paycheck. Never mind.